What an inspiring and heartwarming ceremony. Each student here today is a shining example of perseverance, dedication, and hard work. You have made us all so proud. A huge round of applause for these students. I cannot hear you all. Now, we are about to hear from a truly distinguished individual whose contributions and achievements have made a remarkable impact on our community. It was with great respect and excitement that we welcome our chief guest for today's event, Mr. Muneer Khan. A huge round of applause.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Is it? Hello. First of all, good evening, and I'm really honored to be here. Actually, first, I want to tell you how I am here. Uh, Basically, I am from Lakhimpur Kheri, there is a small village, Gauria, and I did my schooling from primary school, and I am really lucky to have such great teachers in my life. And during my 12th class, Bharat sir was my principal sir. So he has like immense pleasure. He has like guidance level is optimum. And he guided me well as I got few more teachers. And the important thing is, it is not just a principle, how he is nurturing you, how the thought process is changing. Because when you are a young kid, when you are as a parent, if I'm talking as a parent, then your kid is an index of your family. Similarly, the same responsibilities have the principal as well. If a student is getting something, it means he is making an index of the school. If he is doing something in bad way, it is again a bad index of his school. So the leadership of Bharat sir was like excellent. I got an opportunity multiple times, and I was lucky to have a president award during my intermediate from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. That award it was not about like super big things. I just did some, we have made a project. It is called like how we can generate electricity by using garbage materials. Because it was just practical. When I was going to like our school, that time I felt a smell on my nearby. So that time chemistry was like 2 days ago, I attended a class of photosynthesis. I realized how if CHC, methane is here, so it is creating a bad smell. And CH4 is methane is a like very highly, we can say unstable component. So how we can break hydrogens one element and we can create electron, anode and cathode. This way we just create a small model. It was just about how you are curious. This was like first thing. And luckily, I did my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Birla Institute. During my BTech, I had an opportunity to go to Cambridge University in UK. I did an internship in Cambridge University. Then after second year, I went to Exelum Research Institute, University of Limoges, France. So over there, I got a chance how we can make an impact in personal life by using our skills. We don't want to, we have like two set of skills. Either we can work a hypothetical research work in lab, either we can make impactful research in our lab. I choose something how we can make an impactful research in daily life. So over there in France, I was working for handicapped people who don't have like limbs. We have created a limbs that can like, our actual brain was creating a sense, and we were acting together. So we can pick the balls, we can pick the glasses, we can open the books, laptops, everything we can do. Suddenly, I got another opportunity I got in Russia, Tuzur University, Tomsk State University of Control System and Radio Electronics. That was in Siberia. It was very difficult for me because I'm a total vegetarian. And when I reached to Siberia, temperature was minus 54 degree. It was unbearable for me. But again, as Swami Vivekananda said, if you have a faith on yourself, you can achieve anything. Doctor says, if you are not eating non-veg, you will not able to survive here 1 week. I said, okay, do you have any alternate from where I can get protein? He said, okay, you can get something from eggs, you can get some grains, and especially one grain is very powerful. So he gave me grains. I was able to survive for 3 months over there in these hard winters. But that day changed my life again. And just after graduation, I got first job in CERN Lab, European Center for Nuclear Research. But there was some terms and conditions, so I said, I can't work anywhere where a lot of terms and conditions. I denied the CERN Lab's offer. Then I joined Google, and I worked 1.5 years for Google. Do you know, Google, if most of the people are aware about Google is just a search engine. Google is tracking everything. The logic why I left Google, there's an interesting story. So when I was working, I am from electrical background. When I was working a sensor technology, so how they are tracking, Fitbit, there was a watch. So how they are tracking my health data, how they are, even Google is more aware about you rather than you and your parents, because they are tracking your map data. They are tracking your, sometimes they're using cameras. So they are taking your microphones unexpectedly. We are giving a permission. It is not taking without permission. But when we are downloading any applications, they are taking our data. And when I was being a hardware engineer, I said, how can why you are taking such data? What the logic behind it? Then they are saying, we are giving a free search engine. How we can survive? We need advertisements. We want to give a personalized advertisement. That's why we are collecting these data. And definitely, that data is not open source data, but somehow they are giving your data to private players. They are customizing their advertisements for their profits. That time I said, it's my time over here, and I resigned Google in 2021. Luckily, I had a chance. I applied to universities, so I got an opportunity from Columbia University as well as Cornell University. It was 100% scholarship. So I chose Columbia University because Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, B.R. Ambedkar sir has pursued PhD over there. Barack Obama has pursued PhD over there. And 101 Nobel Prize has earned by the Columbia University, only one university. So I chose Columbia University. I did brilliant research over there. Unfortunately, my supervisor passed away. So that was again turning point of my life. And I changed my mind. I'm not going to pursue my PhD over there. I took my master's and MPhil from Columbia University. At the same time, I had an opportunity from Harvard University. And just after, even before leaving Columbia, I had an offer from Harvard. I just joined as applied scientist from Harvard University. Now, I can proudly say that this year's Medicine's Nobel Prize has won by my team. My supervisor has a Medicine's Nobel Prize for its cancer research. I was the leading person who have developed the sensor that is going to use for sensor gene diffusions in the cancer patients. Honestly, I'm not a person who have developed that gene, but I can say I have a little bit contribution in life that is going to use for human being. At the same time, I have as I told you, I want to work realistic projects. I don't want to work hypothetical. At the same time, I also established one startup, it's CADA Technologies. That is based in the United States first. So in the United States, we have developed some glasses for 100% blind people. The blind people can visualize can recognize to you, he can read the text, he can walk, everything, the basic life without human intervention. First, we did research over there because I have a dream to come back to India. So I started another startup in Navi Mumbai. And first time, we have unveiled for the public in IIT Bombay on 17 December. And this time, we can say, on April's Man Ki Baat, it is going to be featured by Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, in the Man Ki Baat program also. So the reason behind this story, I'm not telling anything super hypothetical, but I'm just telling, one more thing. Maybe after listening these big things, people are thinking I'm from a family who have big educations, billionaires, millionaires. No. I'm from a family who has I was the first person who did high school from my family. I have 5 siblings. I was the first person who did high school. And I lost my father when I was only 1 year old. So this was only because don't make speculations. If you are from a underprivileged background, you can't do anything. You can do everything if you have a willpower. Think about how the education is, why we are here. It is not just about to learn. It is not just about to read the exams. Second thing, I never had 80 plus, 90 plus. Yeah, PCM, physics, chemistry, math was my favorite topics. So I'm always 98, 99. But I never got English, physics, history above 80. So this was my problem. So I never be a topper. But yeah, on my subject command, I was the fully commanded guy. So if you are making a decision, how your life is going, if you are making a decision, a small decision at the right moment can lead you on the Everest. A small decision at a bad time can tarnish your entire career. So before going to choose a career, what is our inspiration? What I wanted to do. Don't follow your colleagues, how your colleague is doing. It might be your colleague have better resources. You don't have resources. If you will follow the same route, you can get burned out. At the second example, for example, I was in a school in City Montessori. All the people were richest people. If I would follow the same, there is a tendency in students. If students are, for my colleague is taking one book, next day I'm going to my parents, Dad, this my friend is bought a new book, I want this book. I don't think it's a good idea because, a second thing, as a parent and students, both of them, don't try to go with the mobile or screen study materials. Always try to go with the book. I'm giving an example why I'm recommending to go with a book. My brain is working in a 2 dimension. 1 dimension, when we are working, when we are reading on the screen, or mobile, laptop, or tablet. So that time we don't have any physical world to open or mapping the image, anything. If you have a book, it might be possible on that book there is an ink. It might be possible that some pages had been torn. When we are, how my brain is working in 2 dimensions. One is a mapping our entire peripheral. One is a reading the scripts. When my eyes are reading the script, they are sending the signals to brain. At the same time, my brain already match a diagram of that particular page. If you are 100% attentive, I can say 60% of the content of that book, you can learn within a one time. If you are repeating the same concept again second, 2 or 3 days later, you can get that content about to 6 to 75%. If you are following the same pattern by another example, same way, you can get very good examples. Another example, if you are young boy, for me, when I was very young, so my uncle, I was not a good student, so my uncle was beating me. He was telling, go to school. He was dragged me to go to school. I remember that day because that day I got some pains. I wanted to read, but I don't want to go to school. I want to study, but don't want to go to school because I want to play the games. That was my pleasure part. But my uncle beaten me. That has made some extraordinary memories. When we are thinking about that scenario, I can recognize all the entire background of that day. I was playing at that time. My uncle came here. He has beaten me. He had dragged to his school. Teacher was over there. So what is this? It is just a visualization. So try to go with the book instead of screen. Second thing, if you are studying anything, try to go with the book again. Logic behind it, if you are reading through the book, I can say 99.99% whatever you are reading, it is 100% accurate. If you are going through the mobile, if you are Googling, for example, Newton's law, you will get hundreds of links. How you can say this link is correct? My brain is working. If you are reading anything, if something is like easy, so it will catch very easily. If once it will make its impact in your brain, it will be very difficult to erase it and learn a new thing. So if you, on Google, there is no accountability. If there is any accountability, go with the screen. But if you are going through the chapters, through the books, I can say 99% there is accountability who is the author. He can say if you are feeling anything, it is not right, you can write a letter to your author and he will correct it in the next version. But there's only 1% chances to such way. So whatever if you are reading, try to go with the book. Take a help from mobiles, tablets, laptop, but don't rely on those digital words. And always like these are like mostly here 8th standard, 7th standard. This is the best time for parents to accompany your children. Because when you are not spending time with your children, it means you are losing some very precious of your life. Because in such way, when children are reaching around 10 to 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 age, they are trying to make a group and they are trying to hide everything from their parents. If you are a friend with your kids, it means they will share everything with you. If once you are detaching from them, it means they will think, they will rebel against you. They will not say anything, but they will rebel and not say, my parents are not good. In the most of the cases, you can hear very easily, my parents are not good. They are not giving me such things. His parents are giving such things. My parents are not. So always they are complaining. Try to spend some time with children. If you are spending your time with children, they will communicate with you. Like old era was a different, but now is a different era. Try to go with we can say a date. You can select one day in a week or twice a week. Go with your children to a special restaurant where he or she is willing to go. You can spend some time with them. So they can share inner feelings, how they are feeling. Because that is like rebellion time. They are changing their feelings. They are changing from inner side. And there's no one to listen. If you don't know how their group it is over there. If they can find luckily a good group, they can be a good one. By bad luck, if they can find one person in their group, he's not a good one, they can tarnish their entire career. So try to spend time with your children, make good decision and a right time, and as principal sir is here, I can connect anytime. I'm always open, especially on Saturday, because there are time differences very big. So it's like here in night around in India, United States, it's around early morning. It was 6:30 a.m. So it is very difficult to manage. So whenever I'm trying to connect with the students, I'm trying to connect with the night only. So Saturday is my preference time. Second thing is I'm also starting. Today I went to Sri Ramakrishna Mission before coming here. So Actually, I feel when I was a student, there was a Naitik Shiksha, moral education was a subject. Now this time, it is vanished from the course. No one is like preferring it. But I think it is very essential part of our academic because if we are not giving our values, our cultures, it means we are losing lot of things. Because Western world, really, it is a like lightning word, but they're not, like we can say, like it is not always bright face. There are a lot of darkness. So we have a cocktail. We have a, like spiritual leaders. We have educations. We have a parental systems. So try to accommodate them. And if you have any questions, I'm open to take it. Okay?
Thank you so much, sir. Our chief guest's remarkable achievements and contributions to the community serve as a shining example for all of us. Let's take their message to heart and apply it in our own lives. Thank you, sir, as you accepted our invitation and traveled all the way from Harvard University, New York, USA, just to witness our students' performance during annual function. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for sir. I now request Principal Sir to take the stage and extend our gratitude.
Okay, thanks to all the parents for being here today. And still I can see many parents are there in the auditorium. And I would like to convey my thanks to Muneer. In fact, I am in great connection with him, even for a long time, and we are learning from one another. So learning never stops. A teacher also learns from a student also learns from teachers. So wherever we get opportunity, we should keep on learning, keep on imbibing new things. I really appreciate the way Muneer has said that there is importance of moral education. So that moral education, everyone can contribute to it. All the parents, grandparents, teachers, whenever they are in the class, rather than starting with the subject, they can start with the moral values, the daily life habits which can change the child's daily life situations. So thanks once again to all dear parents for being here today. Thanks to ma'am, thanks to all our anchors, thanks to all dear teachers and staff members who have really worked hard for the success of the program. And a special thanks to GM sir that he has been busy throughout it for last 10 days, attending annual function in all the schools in MP Hub. But he has given his time despite of such a busy schedule. So my heartiest thanks to all of you, and special thanks to all dear children for such an enthusiastic participation. So let's give a huge round of applause to all dear children. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here today. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. To honor the spirit of our nation, its unity and its diversity, we now stand together for singing of the national anthem. So I request dear parents to kindly stand at attention.
Gujarat, Maratha, Dravid, this memorable evening, we look back at the moments we have shared and the memories we have created. It's been a celebration of talent, hard work, and the spirit of togetherness. May the coming year bring more opportunities, success, and happiness to all of us. Wishing you all a good health, happiness, and prosperity. With this, we anchors officially conclude our annual function under the execution of our teacher, Ma'am Monica Amar. Good night, God bless.